In the quiet town of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, the morning fog settles over fields where time seems frozen. But if you listen, really listen, you'll hear it. The faint echo of marching boots, distant cannon fire, the whispers of the dead. This is not just a battlefield, it is a mass grave. And for many who died here, death wasn't the end. Welcome to Nightfall Codex. Tonight, we descend into the haunted heart of American history and uncover the chilling truth behind the ghosts of Gettysburg. It began on July 1st, 1863. Union cavalry under General John Buford clashed with advancing Confederate forces. What started as a skirmish soon erupted into a full-scale battle, one that would claim more American lives than any other before or since. Over 3 days, chaos consumed the hills and farmlands of Gettysburg. Families fled their homes, churches turned into morgues, and entire divisions were decimated in hours. By the time the smoke cleared on July 3rd, over 50,000 soldiers were dead, wounded, or missing. But the ground didn't just soak up their blood. It kept something else, a lingering, restless energy, one that even time could not bury. Today, Gettysburg is a national military park. It draws over 1 million visitors a year. But ask the locals, the rangers, or the ghost hunters, and they'll tell you something unspoken watches from the trees. Tourists capture figures in period uniforms, figures that vanish. People report being grabbed, pushed, or hearing names whispered in their ears. Cameras malfunction. Cold spots drift like invisible graves. A paranormal researcher once said, "It's not that Gettysburg is haunted, it's that Gettysburg is a ghost." After the war, the dead weren't the only ones left behind. Dozens of children, orphans of the fallen, were housed in a small building near Baltimore Street. The Gettysburg Orphanage was meant to be a sanctuary. But under the rule of Rosa Carmichael, it became a house of horror. Punishments were harsh. Children were beaten, chained, and even locked in a dark, underground cellar for days. Today, that cellar is known as the Scream Room. Paranormal investigators report hearing chains dragging, small footsteps, and the sobbing of invisible children. One woman claimed her flashlight exploded as she entered. Another said a child's voice whispered, "Don't let her find me." What kind of energy does a child's fear leave behind? Jenny Wade didn't wear a uniform. She wasn't a soldier. She was a 20-year-old woman baking bread for Union soldiers. A stray Confederate bullet struck her through the door. She died instantly, kneeling in her kitchen. The home is now a museum, but some say Jenny never left. Visitors feel sudden cold gusts in sealed rooms. Doors slam shut. A shadowy figure of a woman is seen gliding between walls. One man claims he felt a hand touch his back, only to turn and find no one there. When he looked at his camera footage later, he saw a girl standing behind him, wearing 1860s clothing and a bullet hole in her dress. Along the Pickett's charge trail, some have witnessed a chilling sight. A full Confederate regiment marching silently across the fields. Their uniforms are tattered, their faces unreadable. But here's the twist. They vanish before reaching the tree line. Every single time. Tourists who saw them called park rangers, thinking it was a reenactment. But no actors had been scheduled. No footprints were left. And no living men had ever stepped into that field that day. Several of Gettysburg's inns and taverns date back to the 1800s, and carry more than just history in their walls. At the Farnsworth House Inn, guests have reported being shaken awake at 3 a.m. Candles relight themselves. The spirit of a little boy named Jeremy is said to run up and down the hallways laughing until the sound stops, and he whispers, "Mama said I can't go outside anymore." At the Tillie Pierce house, named after a girl who witnessed the war firsthand, a woman in a black morning gown has been seen sitting at the end of beds. When spoken to, she vanishes, leaving behind only the imprint of her hand. Not all soldiers were given a proper burial. Some were buried hastily, others left to rot in the sun, and some never found peace. One park ranger once said he followed a man in Union blue down a wooded path. When the man turned, his face was missing, just hollow darkness. When he returned with another ranger, the path was gone. So was the man. There are places in this world where history stains the land. Gettysburg is not just remembered, it is relived. Every step echoes a death. Every gust of wind carries the grief of the fallen. Every shadow could be a soldier still waiting to go home. We cannot explain every sighting, every voice, every chill. But we can remember this: some wars never end, and some ghosts never leave the battlefield. This was Nightfall Codex. Until next time, don't follow the drums. They may not be leading you home.